Hello dear students, how are you doing? For today, I'm going to talk about Unit 7 which is Language and Culture. صلاة لباخد كراني عزيز ومبروكا Unity حود باس again. Okay, in here as previous units we have three parts. Listening skills and speaking skills, vocabulary development. For listening skills, the aim of this unit, we must know about what understanding a situation, taking notes and deciding on the main points. And for speaking skills, we have contraction and presentations. And for vocabulary development, we have synonyms. It means same meaning. وبارتاني كإما بيسا بيزاني لهر يونتيكا أما شاني كطب كاني لي نسراو بيسا لكوتاي يونتيكا دا فيري أمشتانا بوبتين. For listening part, in here we have three questions for you. Excuse me, do you speak English? The title of this listening part is Excuse me, do you speak English? Work with a partner, answer the questions. How many languages do you speak? How many languages can you speak? And is more than one language spoken in your country? More than one language? Of course, in our country we have more than two languages. More than two languages can be used. For example, Arabic, English, and Turkish, for example, in Kirkuk, and also Kurdish. When are the different languages used? Number 3. What language do children learn at school in your country? The children in my country can learn Arabic, Kurdish, and also English. And in some private schools, they can learn Turkish. كاتا أو خنت كاركان دسوان لولاتي إما دا فيري ياخد children أتوان لسكولا فيري چند زمان ببن وكو أماجن بيكر أتوان فيري كردي كخواني زانن زماني دايكا mother language Arabic, English, and in some private schools Turkish. Listen to the opening of a lecture. Complete the information about the lecture. Take the subject she mentions. In here we have a lecture and we have an audio. We must listen to the audio. After that, we must fulfill this information about the audio, about name, job, research interest, how dash changes over dash. بس ممزان يارينا كي بيستش audio كابون دنگا كابون ريبكينو ببي audio كا. And after that, we have the subject she mentions. We must take one of them. We have a subject that the speaker mentioned, and we must check it. We must select one of them, which is language learning difficulties or bilingualism and the importance of writing. أسا أوديو كبلاي أكيد جو بقرن بس لا ختم قلم ورقيك بينهم بوي بتوانم بينوسن name, job, research interest, how dash changes over dash. Try to write things or information that you will hear. Please bring a pen and paper. 7.1.
7.1.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Harper, and I'm a lecturer from the Cultural Studies Department. My research area is how culture changes over time, particularly in relation to language. I'm going to talk to you about English as a global language. First of all, I'll talk about the importance of learning English, and after that, I'll look at the dangers of having a global language. Next, I'll talk about bilingualism, that is, people who speak two languages, and finally, I'm going to discuss communication issues. There will be time for questions at the end. We'll have about 10 minutes, and we're going to have a tutorial together next week to deal with further questions.
Okay, dear students, can you write down the name, job, and also these? Okay, the name is Dr. Harper. I'll write down. And the job, lecturer from the Cultural Studies Department, lecturer. Okay, she's a lecturer. And research interest is how dash changes over dash. How culture changes over time. How culture. Sorry about my handwriting. Culture. T-U-R-E and over time. How culture changes over time. And we must to take the subject that she mentions. Language learning difficulties, bilingualism and the importance of writing. She mentioned one of them, which is bilingualism. It means people who can speak two languages. We call this people bilingualism. وكساني أتوان ندوز ما قصب كان أو bilingualism. And I will play this again. Check your answers. والله ما كانت شبكة زانا راس نسيتها.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Harper, and I'm a lecturer from the Cultural Studies Department. My research area is how culture changes over time, particularly in relation to language.
Okay, that's good. The next exercise, which is exercise number 3. Listen again. How many opportunities will there be for questions? How many opportunities for asking questions? Okay, the students have 2 opportunities for asking questions, one of them at the end of the lecture and the next one in the next week, which is in the tutorial. قاطعون كاركان شن أجر يعني بوبو كبرساري تيابكن شن مجال ينهبو at the end of the lecture لكوتاي وانا كوهروها لحفتي دهاتو tutorial كتير يعني أتوانا برسارة كان يتر job دراسو أو ببرسنو job باتو دكتور هابر. And in here in exercise number 4, before reading this we have a study skill box which belongs to this one about what understanding a situation. إما شون لبردو خيك تبغين. It is sometimes difficult to follow a discussion in a listening task. Sometimes several people talk together. To understand better, ask yourself these questions. بوي بباش تبغي لهندك هذا لهند situation لكسك زيادة القصاكات لجروبك يعني جروبك اسمعنا discussion كان مناقشة كان تو لو أنا سردتك بشو لو أنا نزاني ثانية دي لكاميان ورد بقيت والله بقوي كلا ترون بيت دوای ئەم استراتیژیانە بکەوە یاخود ئەم پرسیارانە لە خۆت بکە. Ask yourself these questions. ئەم پرسیارانە لە خۆت بکە which is how many people are speaking? 2, 3 or more. What are the speaker's role? Lecturer, students, presenter, or what is the relationship between the speakers? Teachers, students, host, guests, colleagues and climates. برسارية كم لخود بك آية چند کس قصة دکات چند کس speaker من چند کسن and what are the speakers roles role او کسانه چین وانا بیجن یاخد ماموسان خوانزکارن یاخد پرزنترن and پیوندی نوان قصة کرکان چیه ای پیوندی نوان وکو ماموستا و خوانزکاره یاخد پیوندی نوان دو هاوریه یاخد host و guest ياخد how Poland. Okay, back to here. Kata paste هم اما چی دیاری بکن نمبری سپیکر کان وهروا رول کانیان وهروا پیوندی کانیان. Listen to the start of the tutorial following the lectures and how many people are present. Okay, leave it. This is easy for you. And this one, listen again, write the names of the people, the tutor, the visiting speakers and the students. We have another audio about this unit, about this listening part, which is talking about something different from the other part. In here we must write down the names based on now كم بنوسين now tutoraka, visitoraka and خانتكاركانش بنوسين. Listen again, listen carefully, please write down. Okay, after that you can check your spelling. سكارا خانتكاران بينوسن كاتك والله ما كنت بيبيس أبيد بينوسا ودواتر تشيكي بكبزان الرسبلينج أو تواناي نوسيني ناو كانت شوني بو براسي نوسيبتا ياخد غلطت يا كردوا. Okay, practice on your listening for names. Seven point two.
7.2. Okay, so is everyone here? Ronesh, Simon, Roxana? Okay, let's get started. As you can see, my colleague Dr. Harper from the Cultural Studies Department has very kindly agreed to participate in today's tutorial as a follow-up to her lecture last week on Global English. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. Harper.
Thank you, Professor Birchill. It's my pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me along to answer your questions. Now, let me just do a quick name check. You're Ronesh, you're Simon, and you're Roxana?
That's right.
Okay. You heard that the tutor name is Professor Birchill. Professor Birchill. And the visiting speaker, which is Dr. Harper. Okay, Dr. Harper. Dr. Harper. And the student's name, which is Ronesh. Same one. And Roxana. In exercise number 6, which belongs to the study skill box, write the relationship between the speakers using the using the words in the box, then listen again and check your answers. Okay, we must say the relationship between each one. It is classmate, colleagues or friends. Okay, we must show the relationship between each people. بزانین آیا او سپیکرانی که امهمانا relationship نێوانیان چییە پەیوەندی نێوانیان چییە کە ئایا classmateن هاوپۆلن colleagues هاوڕێن یاخود friendن. Colleagues, it means friends in academic place. Okay, هاوڕێ کە لە شوێنێکی ئەکادمی و زانستیا بێت پێوترە colleagues. And listen again and check your answer and try to select these A or B for each one.
7.2. Okay, so is everyone here? Ronesh, Simon, Roxana? Okay, let's get started. As you can see, my colleague Dr. Harper from the Cultural Studies Department has very kindly agreed to participate in today's tutorial as a follow-up to her lecture last week on Global English. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. Harper.
Thank you, Professor Birchill. It's my pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me along to answer your questions. Now, let me just do a quick name check. You're Ronesh, you're Simon, and you're Roxana?
That's right.
Okay, Roxana, Ronesh, and Simon. Okay, the relationship between them. They are classmates, okay? They are classmates. A classmate. On Harpolen. And Dr. Harper and Professor Burchell, they are colleagues. And friend is extra, we don't need it. This time, in this exercise, we are not going to write down names. In this time, we are going to write down numbers. Okay, listen to the numbers, write them down. I will play another audio for you. Listen carefully, write down numbers. Please use a pen and paper to write down. كارن قلم ورقة بكربنن بوي بتوانن بأوج بينوسن ودواتر تشيكي والله ما كان تمكن 7.3
7.3 1.
Over 60.
2.
23.
3.
Over 90.
4.
As much as 80.
5.
600.
6.
Half.
7.
Around 1.5 billion.
8.
Approximately 75.
9.
In the thousands.
Okay, you heard this audio about numbers. Let's write down the numbers. Number 1, he said over 60. Over 60. And second one, 23. And the other one, over 90. Number 4, as much as 80. And number 5, 600. Number 6, half. Number 7, around 100 billion. Around 1 and around 1.5 billion. One and a half. Okay, number 7, around 1.5 billion. Number 8, approximately 75. Approximately 75. And the last one, she said in the thousands. In the thousands, we can write down. And the next exercise, look at the table of facts. Predict which number from exercise number 7 go with each facts below. In here, you can use these numbers in here in this exercise, in previous exercise. Okay, you can read it and you can know which one belongs to which one is suitable with which one. You can do it. That will be for yourself because that's easy. In here we have a study skill box about taking notes. Numbers are very important for what? For supporting points. You need to note numbers accurately. Note what the number refers to. Okay, كاتب بيست إيوا كاتك نجمع أنوسن بطواتي براستي accuracy بنوسن بدقيقي. And note what the numbers refer to. After you take note of facts and numbers, review them. Ask yourself in the number is possible example. قاتو دواتر بيست برسال الخطام كان كآية مجمرة أما جبوتشي أكاد. For example, numbers of language in European Union 223. It is right. It is suitable. Ask yourself, it could be like this. برسال الخطام كان كجمارة كان خلب جرم زنقون جاو لقلي راس در أتشت. And in your follow-up research, check the accuracy of the numbers. Check the numbers, are they right or not? You must write them accurately. بيسيوز ما جمارة كان بأكيوريتي وبراسي بنوسن بدقيقي بيت بهيج غلطك. Okay, in exercise number 10, before doing this, we have this study skill box about what? About deciding on the main points. Lectures and presentations usually make several points. Some of these points will be the main points. In here we have main points and other points support these main points. The supporting points will be example and facts. We have main point and supporting point. Main point is general and supporting point belong to the main points and giving example about the main points. قات إما main point معناه خالص تركي معناه و supporting point أو بالبشتي أكا وبشجيري أكاد supporting points. main point أكا سركية رئيسية بلان supporting point example نمونه وهربار راسية درباري ياخذ رون كرنوي explanation درباري main point أكا. For example, some languages will die out. This is natural. عندك زمان لنا ودشت كوشتيكي سروشتية. أما main point كمانا main point. بلان supporting point كمان شون يك explanation آياته ياخد example آياته. Supporting point كي بمشي وازه. 600 years ago, all educated people in Europe read and understood Latin. But now, where is this language? كاتب بس لاتينكا example داور ممكن نوي داور كم بس تشيجن زمان لنا وشتو أمرت وبس إيوه كبون منو بزماني كيو كل لاتين شصل صلوا بيش هبو بلام لنا وشوا كشصل صلوا بيش خلقتواني ويتي ليتي بقاتو بيخوانته استو زمانه بكيو جيشتوا كاتب example لك واربع ممكن نوش درباري شي درباري main point كمان هذا support point بمشي وازي لفاct example ياخد explanation picked it. There will be usually be several supporting points for each main points. أتواني ل support point تك زيادة ما نهبت support point كان أتوان رج مريان زيادة بيت بلان main point كان من عادة يقدانه يعني بوهر main point تك أتوان رج كان support point تك ما نهبت كل ردا أماجو بودكي main point كمان يقدانا بقولنا بوهر idea يقدانا. What were the main points in the tutorial? Take the main points for each part. Okay. لردا كان main point كمان هي بزاني بهر main point لردا بقولنا point number 1 كمان main pointer point number 2 كمان main pointer. وقت بشتر أماجو مان بيكر أقدر نمونو example explanation بو أو support pointer كم pointer سركي بو general بو أو أكبتا main pointer كمان. Number 1 more science articles are written in English than other subjects and to be successful academically you need to learn English. بو يسر كتوبي لروي أكاديميو تو بيس زمان إنجليزي فرد بيت بلام لرا more science articles are written in English أتخوي بيت all science article and than other subjects خوي subject كي بو دياري كردوي كواتا أمان رئيسي تريك أمان نموني example جتا قلبي support توا أمان جتا قلبي main point توا this one. And language die out, but this is natural. Latin was important in the past, but it's is not now. Little example كمان which is Latin بلام a main point أكيو. You can say this one can be a main point for number 2. And number 3, more people will use 2 languages in the future. People will use their mother tongue less in future. Okay, for number 3, more people will use 2 languages in the future can be our main point. Okay, and mother tongue, it's an example. Having one global language helps communication and saves money. And many languages are spoken in European Union. Which one can be the main point? In here, having one global language helps. This one can be the main point. And the last one, many business people from different countries have meetings face to face. And the other one, English is used for communicating in business and on the internet. This one, it's more general and it can be our main point. And the other one, supporting point. Speaking part. In here, in the speaking part, the title of this part is Starting Your Presentation. Work with a partner, discuss which aspects of culture are important for you. زن چه شوازکی چه aspecteki culture بوتو گرنگه. Food, family, names, arts, language, literature, festivals, beliefs, customs, support, clothes, music. There are aspects of culture. We can recognize a culture by one of them or by all of them. You can see these aspects in any culture in this world. هر كم مقلم شوازانا أتوان للكالتشر بدي بكرة بوهر وكالتشر كي بناسي تو رنگ تولا رجي خواردنه كو كالتشر بناسي تو ياخد رجي فestival كو بلا رجي close كو بد تو أتواني كالتشر كان بناسي تو. For example, while you see this decoration, you know that is Persian or Iran, from Iranian decoration, and you can recognize this. Why? Because of their culture. The culture said that this one belongs to which one, or by clothes you can recognize this one belongs to which country or which community. And also by foods you can know which food belongs to which country. It means these aspects are very important for culture. قاعدة أمشي وزاني كهمانا أدب بيت، music بيت، جلوبرك بيت، آهنگ كان بيت، بالباور بيت، خيزان بيت، همو يجرنجا لكالتورا كأتواني هريك لمانا كالتورا كي بيب ناسرة تواب. And we have these Chinese festivals. They use this sign, this monster, in their festivals. Okay. In here we have 3 questions about culture. Work with the partner, answer the questions. Who do we learn each part of our culture from? Okay, we can learn culture from whom? أتواني culture لكيو فر ببين أتواني أشناي culture ببين لكيو. We can learn culture by whom? By parents or media. And what happens to your culture if you go to live in different countries? Okay, while you are going to another country, sometimes it gets stronger, or sometimes die out. ياخد لنا وجه. Which part of culture changes over time and which do not? That belongs to you. That's up to you. كم party أتوان change بكرة بقران كاريبا سربيد ياخد كاميان لنا وجه. Okay, in here in exercise number 4 we have 3 questions. You can ask Okay, you can ask these questions to your friend, to your family, and according to you, to what? According to your culture. How important is respect for older people? And how important is being on time? How important is the written word comparing to the spoken? Okay, comparing written words and speaking words. Okay, we have 3 questions. You can answer them according to your culture. أتواني بكالتشري خمان بكالتوري خمان جوابي أمبرسالنا بينه كآية رزقت المام بكاسكي بتمت چنه گرنگه ياخد كلكاتي خويا آماده بي چنه گرنگه وهروها أو written word أنا أو شنو سراوانه ببراورد كردن بقصة كردن بوتم چنه گرنگه كم گرنگترا ياخد written word نسراوه كان براود بقصة كردن چنه گرنگه أتواني أو برسالنا بكالتوري خمان جواب بيتوا or you can ask someone else. Okay, read the expressions in the language bank. Write your opinion for a presentation on culture. In here we have a language bank about what? About presentation openings. شلون بتواني تسكيب presentation بكيتو this webkit. You can use these expressions for opening a presentation. Number 1. Today I'm going to talk about. You can say that, or you can say, before I start, I will give an outline of the presentation. First, I'll examine, or after that, I'll discuss. Next, then, finally, you can use them for what? For ordering, for organizing your ideas in your presentation. Or you can say, at the end, there will be time for questions. You can use these expressions for starting, okay, for starting your presentation. أتواني أبدأ سواجاني كهمانا لدس بكردني presentation نكاتا سيمينار كتا بكاري بيني وبم expression أنا this webkit. And also in here we have collocations. كرت كراوكان. We often use contractions, not collocations. Okay, we often use contractions in presentation. We use contractions for what? Contractions in our speaking to be natural and to speak like native speakers. We can use contractions while we are presenting our presentation or presenting our seminar. We often use contractions in presentations. I'm going to, we are going to, will. Using contractions make your language or make your English sound natural and fluent. Okay, using contractions make your English language to be what? To be natural, to be fluent, to speak like native speakers. كاتو كرت كراو بكاريني لباتب like I will چی بكاريني I'll ياخد we will لو حالة دا مواقعات كزمانت أسانتر بيت وهو natural بيت يعني وكو native speaker وبقصة كريكي راس من أو زمانة تو زمانة كبكار بهني بشوي كراس تدروس بويا contraction كان هميشه يرمتي درن بو أوي تواني speaking man بهستر بكين. For example, I'll, will, or we are. Okay, you can use them in your speaking. You are going to give a presentation on the topic of culture. Our topic is culture. Write the headings in the outline slide. We have a slide which is about outline, okay? Outline. We must write topics that we want to talk about, okay? We want to mention this one, and this one. For example, our topic is culture. For culture, we have an outline. You want to talk about what? أتباسي شيء slide يكمن هي لا presentation كتو بيش أو داخلنا presentation بيبس أو بريت هبت كبرنا culture topic كنوسيوا وروا outline كاني بونسي سرتاي أو شتاني كتو باسي بكي. For example, number 1, my culture, other culture, or what is culture. كاتي يكم دانا كم يم بس أكي. For example, what is culture? Number one, in here, what is culture? I want to mention this. I want to discuss this one. What is culture? Number two, I want to talk about, okay, my culture. I want to discuss my culture. And number three, other cultures. And the last one, number four, questions. Any questions? قاعدة هر جارك يعني هر كاتب بتوي presentation بيشكش بكي outline بخود دابنه كبرنا كم جارته بأس culture بكي دواتر culture خود دواتر culture كساني ديكا وارواله كودايش دا questions هيش برسالة كي كلا تو بكرة آراسي تو بكرت كبيس جوابيتوا بوشو هذا outline دا درتو دتواني هبوها مكاتك توش outline كي بوشو دابنيت. In here in the study skill box, we have some steps for what? For opening a presentation. How can you open a presentation? The opening of a presentation is the most important part. A good opening gets the audience attention and tells them what they are going to listen to. Okay, when you give a presentation, you might follow these steps. كاتو presentation بشكش أكيد. بس follow step أنا بكيت هنقاوانا جيب كيت. Okay, set up your equipment and stand next to the visual display and face the audience. كأمريكان بون كمبيوتر اشتكى set up كيتو أمادي كيتو هذي بكيت. Stand next to the visual display and face the audience. روبري audience كجوجرا كان وستابت وهروها لا تنشتي فيجوالو كبرنا وينه كبيكتشر كداتا شوي كبكاري هنيت. welcome the audience, make eye contact and smile. بكراتني audience كا جوجرا كان دكيت وهروها eye contact بكار هني. Give the topic of your presentation. topic كاتشيا أتباسي شيبكيت با audience كي أنا سنيت. Give a short outline of the content. As I mentioned it before, when culture topic كد ورا outline كان ينبي أليت كأتي باسي شيبكيت. Tell the audience when they can ask questions. ورا دتواني با audience كبلي كلا شك هذي كادتواني برسيار بكن أجل برسيارين هب. For example, at the end of the presentation or in the next week in another tutorial. على درسي كترابت أخذ كتاي presentation كتابت دتشكاتي كادتوانن ياخذ لما يضلي presentation كابت دتوانن برسيار بكن بويان دياري بكيت. And that's all about this. About speaking part. In here for vocabulary development, the third part, synonyms. In here we have synonyms. It means same meaning. همان معنى همان معنى كدوشة همان معنى يبت ياخد نزيب لكم معنى كانيان. Match the words in the box, okay, to the words below with similar meanings. We have difficulty, answer, topic, key, discuss, study, issue, revise, examine, theme. In here we have 5 words, and for each one, 2 of them have the same meaning with these words. دودانا لمانا how مانا لقل أموشاني كدراوليرا. For example, problem it means مشكلة كيشا. Okay, which word are suitable or have the same meaning with this one? زين نشوشك همان مانا هي لقل problem. For example, difficulty and issue. Difficulty and issue belongs to problem. Okay, have the same meaning. همان معناها هي synonym and difficulty, problem ياخد issue. For learn, number 2, learn it means study. Okay, learn it means study, and also we can use revise. Number 2, study and revise. They are synonym with learn. Solution character كردن. We have 2 other words that suitable with this one and have the same meaning, which is answer, and also we have key. Answer and key belongs to solution, and there are synonyms. Talk about. For talk about, we have discuss and examine. Okay, discuss and examine belongs to this one. Number 4. سكردن درباري وات discussي أكن ياخد examine أكن. Examine. And the last one, subject. For subject, it means topic. The topic that we have. أو بابتي كمان أو topic كمان and also theme. Same meaning with subject. أو بابتي كمان أو topic كيما أماجي بيدكين. For example, another example for synonyms, we have important. Important, and we have crucial, and we have vital. All of them, they are synonyms, okay? They have the same meaning. أمشاني كهمانا important, crucial, vital هر همويا بمعنى جرندن وهمان معنى هي. جازين يلا بكرهن جازي بكرهنان يعني هي لرسنا كذا بالام جازي لروي meaning أو لروي معنى هي جازي كانية همويان same همويان وكويا كان. Okay, in here in exercise number 2. Brief study skill. Complete the sentence with a synonym of culture. We have some synonyms of culture, but before doing this, let's read this study skill box. A synonym of a word has the same or very similar meaning. For example, culture, a way of life, culture بمعنى شيء, a way of life, belief, and customs shared by a group of people. For example, British culture, modern culture, culture, شوازي جيانا, شوازي بير كنو بير باورا, برمونا British culture, modern culture. Synonym مكاني culture چيا؟ لره دابا أماجي بكم. Culture معناه synonym مكاني society, community, and word. هرسي كان همان synonym يعني هي لقلبو شي culture همان بكار همان معناه هي. Society, for example, Arab society, Kurdish society, and Turkish society. كمال عربي ياخد community, the English speaking community, and world, the modern world. In here, synonyms are useful because they help us to avoid repetition. كاتاز السينونيم كان بوشي جرينجن همان معناه هي أوشانا لبرو جرينجن كتودر أخنو لدوبارة بكار هنا نوا تولد شو حال بن لحالتك كتباسي culture أكيد topic كات culture بيزنا كهمو كاتب like culture. You can use society, you can use community or world. Back to exercise number 2. Let us fulfill these gaps by these 3 words that we have. 3 words or cultures synonyms that we have. Okay, some elements of American and European dash are the same. American and European. Okay, tell me which one? American and European selected. Look at this. Like this. Arab, European, American, society. Number 1, society. This one for here. And number 2, the modern dash is changing quickly. The modern world changing quickly. Okay? There are many young people in the Urdu speaking dash in Britain. In speaking community. Okay, Urdu speaking community in Britain. We can use them like this. أجر إما نتوقع دياري كراوبت أو عادة society بكار إهني أوكي وأجر باسي speaking وزمان بو community بكار إهني وأجر باسي like this modern world like this we use world بمشي سينوني مكان بكار إهنرت read the opening to the podcast below. Replace the highlighted words in the text with their synonyms in the box. Use the dictionary to help you. Today's podcast, we have some words in here. Discuss, topic, society, problem, solution, study. And also in here we have this word that highlighted by yellow. We must to change them and we must to use these words instead of them. Be careful about choosing the right synonym for each one. أقدري أوبا كسينونيمي راست قنام ببكار بهنين سينونيمة كت راست بيت براست درستي بكاري بهنين. For example, we have subject in here, and the synonym of subject is discuss, topic, society, problem, solution, and study. Which of them can be a synonym for subject? Of course, topic. Okay, and the other one like this, you can select the synonym for each one. بما شو تواني synonym مكاني وشكاني تر هلب جري كبشتر أماجو من بيكردوا. In here, in exercise number 1 in the review, we have numbers. You can check it, the end of your book, or you can listen to the audio and write down the numbers that we have. Okay, you will hear some numbers. Please write down them in the correct spelling and look at the table of facts discussed at the tutorial. Predict which number in exercise number 1 goes with which facts. Okay, in here these numbers that you will write down, you can use this number in here and you must recognize which word is suitable with which facts. فيسا بزاني كبونا كام جمارة لقل كام لم زانيار يعني كدراوة راستا جمارة كان جوازيكي أوتوانيا يعني فيزنا كتو جمارة بكار بيني كزور زور دور بيت بون منا Japanese speakers. I can't say 23 from بون منا من بو Japanese speakers ناتوانا بلان بستوسي شكو جمارة كنا قنجاوة بلان بون منا أتوانا بلان چي I can say that it's over 130 million. I can say that. And for example, consonant sounds in Japan danga consonant kan nabizwana kan la Japanisa, I can't say 2 billion. I must say, for example, 150 or 15. Okay, 15 consonant sounds in Japanese. I can't say 1 billion, 1 million, because that's not true. That is false. كابون من دنگنا بزوانا كان زماني جاباني زياري أكن ناتوان بلام 1 مليون 2 مليون لبروي راسنيا نگونجاوا بلام 15 پانزا كجماري بيتنا بزوانا كان لا جابانيسا راستو گونجاوا. And number 3, consonant sounds in English. اما دنگنا بزوانا كان من هي لزماني إنجليزيا كچندانه إنوسين. And the others will be like that. وأنا تريش بخوتان أينوسن ببي exercise يكم كجمارة كان دياري أكرت. Read the steps to starting a presentation well and number them in the correct order. This is very important. How can you reorder sentences for what steps for starting or to start a presentation? How can you start a presentation? Number 1, set up your equipment. And also, number 2, you can stand next to the visual display and face the audience. And the others will be like this. Try to select or try to order them, organizing them in the right way. بشويكي راس كتو دياري أكي أنقاو كانشي كتو بتوت presentation start كتو دسبكي and after that welcome the audience. And number 4, give the topic of your presentation. And number 5, give a short outline. At a topic outline. And the last one, tell the audience when they can ask questions. Warwab audience kalin lechkatika awan etwanan persiapkan. Work with a partner from memory. Give the steps to starting a presentation well. Use the words in the box below. Empest المشانة بكار بينين بوشتك كاتك بمعنى starty presentation بكين first, then next, after that, and finally. Match the synonyms in the box with the 4 words opposite. We have 4 words in here, and we have some words in this box. We must match them together. Which one is the synonym with the other word? For example, country, we have 2 words that's suitable with country, that's suitable, and that's synonym with country, and global, and study, and tutorial. For each one we have 2 words that's suitable and have a synonym. You can select it. That will be for yourself. Do it at home. And in here, in exercise number 7 and number 8, read and listen to the opening to a presentation. Underline the verb forms to hear or that you hear. Today I'm going to. Can you say I'm going to or I'll? زين أول شانك أتواني بكاري بهنين بو چی بو opening presentation بو start presentation كم لفربانا أتواني بكار بهنين كشش هل بجاردن وان هي. For example, number 1, I'm going to or I'll. Of course, I'm going to talk about a language and culture. Before I start, I'll give an outline of the presentation. Be careful about this because this one is this exercise, it's very important and crucial. Okay, I'll give an outline of the presentation. First, I will talk about the importance of language. For number 3, of course, first, I'm going to talk about the importance of language. After that, I'm going to or I'll discuss. Of course, for number 4, of course, I'll discuss culture. Finally, for this one, I will look at some examples of the connection between language and culture. Of course, we will. And the last one, in next week, a tutorial, will discuss some of the points in more detail. We will. Okay. We chose the verbs that we can use in this opening presentation. And in exercise number 8, listen again, circle the words. Okay, circle the words in the speaker's uses to organize her information. How can you organize your information? How can you reorder your information that you will give? شلون أتواني أو زانيراني كتوتر رزبندي okay, of course by using but take أتواني to example kit, of course by using, for example, first, next, first, after that, and finally, and also we have first, after that, finally, and before. By this word we can reorder, we can organize our information. بمشاني كهمانة كل ما نتسيركلو توانين إما organize ياخد زانيري كان معرض بخينو أما جيب كين أقدر من أمجورة exercise أنا جرنجا لبرو يرمتيت أياد لدورو يكميان لروي فيربو كام فيربو بكار إني وهروه لروي رزبندي كردني أو زانيراني كاتو باسيلو بكيت وهروه للايني كي تريشوا شون ستارتي برزنتيشنك أكي شون opening برزنتيشنك أكي كم بوزاني ركان لردا include كشون شوني تو دست بيدا كيتو أما جي بيدا كي. And that's all about Unit 7. If you have any questions, you can ask. Sorry for any mistakes that I made. وبرن بور هلايكا قردبتهم and her perseri كشت هيا أتواني ببرسيت. You can comment below and have a good day, have a good time. Goodbye.